What is popping, everybody? NFL Week 17. We know the drill by now. What's going on, boys? Let's get after it. Let's try to find some EV bets using, of course, fantastic Pick the Odds, as always, on our Sunday streams. Let's get right to it, boys. Let me get a quote tweet out so we can get started. Let's find some bangers. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone had an amazing holiday with the fam. Was a very nice day. Not the best day for sports. I mean, having 3 games that didn't really mean anything was not fun. And also yesterday's game. Like, I'm looking at the board today, and I'm just going to zoom out. Like, I'm not the only one who's, I'm sure, looked at the board so far today. But having all of these games that just mean absolutely nothing is so infuriating. Now, in terms of how it will affect the EV we find, that's going to be a question we'll figure out together and have some fun, find some winners hopefully today. But having all of these games that mean absolutely nothing, I'm just like, start the freaking playoffs, man. Just like have the Steelers play the freaking Browns, have the Panthers. Like, honestly, even screw like these other games. Just have the Steelers play the Ravens. Like, obviously they played yesterday. Just have the Ravens and Steelers play on like Thursday. Have the Panthers and Buccaneers play on Thursday. Let them duke it out, and then let's just start the playoffs. I've yet to see it be this terrible of having so little to play for. I know there's still some seeding and there's still 2 playoff spots to get filled up here, but I don't know, man. I'm ready for the full thing, and I'm just sitting here looking at the board like, damn, I don't even want to sit on my couch today and watch football for 8 hours today. I'd rather do something else. There's just not that good football on today, but doesn't matter with how the games are in terms of who needs to win and whatnot. It doesn't affect whatever we're doing. We're going to try to find some EV bets and lock them in here. And let's see what we got here. So we got Malik Washington alternate line here. Do you ever bet on any? Do you ever do any betting based on player instead of bonuses? For example, a player getting a touchdown or yard should get a bonus. I do not do any incentive betting just because at this point it is just priced in the market. Like, even if it wasn't priced in the market, like, just think about how companies in general work. Like, even with these accounts that have, a couple 100,000 followers tweeting out other incentive boosts, say for whatever reason FanDuel didn't know about the incentives, which I'm not saying they know about every single one down to a T, but I'm sure that as the last couple of years has become very popular for people to bet on them, that they've definitely taken more interest in it. But say they didn't even know, and then a account with, again, a couple 100,000 followers is tweeting this out, that's getting to FanDuel's feed in some way, shape, or form, especially that person sells picks and uses their platform. So with that being said, like, I just feel like when it comes to the incentives, it's priced in, right? We're trying to find stuff that's not priced in to find value and to make some money betting. And the incentive stuff, I think, is priced in pretty well from the get-go, and then also is priced in retroactively if it wasn't priced in from the get-go, because like these accounts are seeing these things, like they're finding tweets, they're same way that their information, like they find something that tells them that this is their line is off, and then they move their number. Speaking of lines off, Ramondre Stevenson under 1.5 receptions here with plus 130 at MGM. This looks really good, so I'm betting this. So quick bet in 3 minutes into the stream, which is always a good thing. I've actually seen a good amount of EV today. Now I'm like playing a little bit of, like, I want to say, like, chicken with myself, where I don't, where did that go, Ramondre? There we go, right here. That I don't know if, like, yes, like there's going to be EV on a lot of things, and like, of course, that's what we're going for. But I don't know if like the time of the year with like the lack of playing is going to like change anything, because like who knows who's really going to like get starts, who's going to get more looks, what teams, we know which teams are tanking or which teams are set up to lose. Like, who knows like what teams are going to start giving some guys more playing time and things like that. So 1 second here, because I got to log into MGM on my computer, but I am loading up this 130 for the Stevenson under and betting it. Sugar had the injury, but it looks like he is good to go. And Stevenson, this is 7.9% EV. Looking at the rest of the market here at 130. Please and thank you. So I just got on the Stevenson here. So no, incentives is a great conversation starter, but I'm honestly very anti-incentive. I really think that it's just priced in. And then also, like, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see it this week, maybe, but definitely next week, I'm sure we'll see a freaking tab on FanDuel saying, like, bet these incentives. Like, they're not saying that because they're your friend trying to say, hey, buddy, let's get an edge. Their whole job is to make money from you. So they're going to do whatever they can to stack the odds in their favor even more than they already basically are. So let's keep looking here. Rachaad White under rush attempts here. This looks good, but this goes back to what I'm saying. I don't know in a game, I guess the Buccaneers have to win here that Miami can play spoiler, but like I would believe that that Rachaad White is getting more burn. He's been getting like a decent amount of burn as well. And let me get one more promo tweet out, then let's keep going here. All right, Rachaad White, Shedeur Sanders, some 365. Also, not a ton of boost today. We have a touchdown boost on DK. We'll definitely be taking advantage of that. And let's go to the TD odd screen here. We'll see what we can find today. I mean, I'm not really sure what to expect. I got a good amount of plays pre-stream here, but we'll see what continues to pop up on the screen as we go. Touchdowns and Austin Hooper at 650, a little Jets Patriots at 365. This is really good at 365. If you have it, I would definitely bet that. Colby Parkinson, Trey Tucker, Kate Otten, Jacoby Myers here against the Colts, 175. This is also good to market at Fanatics. This is definitely worth betting here at Fanatics. This Jacoby Myers touchdown. Mike Evans at 150 also. This is also worth betting here. It's definitely lower expected value, but that's definitely worth a bet. So nothing. Oh, on DK, never mind. Here we go for tonight. DeAndre Swift plus 140. This is good. So I'm adding this to the DraftKings slip right now. It's a 30% boost on a 3-leg scoring parlay. So this is already 0.9% EV. With the boost is going to be even more EV. So let's get this leg in and let's find a place for this boost, honestly, as quickly as we can here, just so we can lock in some value. Let's even go to the entire screen and just look through anytime touchdowns first. Let's find 3 that are good at DK here. Of course, we'll get some first touchdowns and we'll continue to EV bet for the next hour or so. But I'm just looking forward to the playoffs, man. Playoff streams are going to be so much fun, and that is when we're going to be having like a lot more better ball talk than right now, where we got games that mean absolutely nothing. Which it's all in the game. Don't get me wrong, but Tet was actually on the injury report I saw, but he we'll see if he ends up playing now. Of course, every touch matchup with Seattle here, so. It's even honestly, I want to go game by game. Let's see like games where I think that there are some chalk scores that we can just like pick out here because we're good for the chalk on the boost here. Now Eagles Bills. Let's see James Cook because this is definitely a very nice spot for some chalk here. Let's see what James Cook's touchdown is. And then also we'll check Josh, of course. James Cook. -105 each way. I kind of like that. And Josh Allen, of course, against the Eagles team. Where are Buffalo? I'm scrolling too quickly here. Josh Allen is even money where it's plus 125 at Circa. So I'm adding James Cook to this. Same price at Circa. So we'll get some EV with the boost here. So let's add James Cook. So that's 2 legs right there. Let's try to find a 3rd leg. Cardinals Bengals now. This is a game where the Bengals are 7-point dogs. The Cardinals are 7-point dogs. The Bengals, try to take care of some business. I would assume. What's Jamar Chase looking like here? Oh my God, he's already -155 like that. All right, so Jamar is shot. Saints Titans obviously should be a tight one. And then again, we have only so few games, only 2 4:00 games because of the scheduling with everything that's been going on with the last couple of days, Christmas and whatnot. Giants Raiders such a low total. Let's see. Actually, let's check Chase Brown quickly because he had a 3-piece last week. We had him for a touchdown. That was nice, though that lay didn't get through. Let's see what they're giving Chase Brown now. Yeah, he's full chalk at this point. All right. Now, see, this is just like, I'm just looking at these games. I'm just like, they're so ugly. Like, there's games that I just don't want anything to do with here. Let's see. What's Michael Wilson? Plus 180, 175. All right, so not great. Patriots, Jets, Travion or Ramondre, Steelers, Browns. This is obviously a game that matters for the AFC North here, but it's just like that's all that really matters here. Giants, Raiders, like that total is so low. Who's scoring points? Saints, Titans, like we know that I mean, we could check Olave. Mike Gesicki anytime. All right. I'm definitely down to take a look at that. I saw that actually pop up with some EV earlier. This Olave is actually good to circa. I'm adding Olave and I'm going with this total is low, but Olave, James Cook, and DeAndre Swift at 14.54. I'm in. So that's the touchdown parlay on TK. DeAndre Swift, James Cook, Chris Olave. Locked and loaded. All right, so that is one of the few boosts we have. We also have the Sunday night. We have the jackpot on DK, so we'll definitely be utilizing that today on stream as well. Very nice. Gesicki anytime touchdown. Let's go check that out because I did see some EV to that actually earlier today. Let's see. What team is Gesicki on these days? The Panthers. I mean the Panthers. The Bengals. He's actually been getting some love here. Let's go look at Gesicki. Nothing at circa 270 at DK and MGM, but to Kalshi, Novig, and Penny here. So this 270 for Gesicki is actually a pretty good price for anytime touchdown for Mike Gesicki. No beefs for me there. And let's see what else we can find here. Something else I bet, I'll call it out quickly. I bet Jackson Dart under 32.5 rushing yards. It's actually 33.5 now at FanDuel. Excuse me, at DraftKings. So Jackson Dart under 33.5 rush yards, calling it out. I'm not going to pull it up, but bet that minus 112. It is available as we speak. Just want to confirm. I got 32.5, so I actually lost a yard, but I still see even more value with 33.5. Even though the market went the other way, I would definitely bet Jackson Dart under there. All right, let's see what we got. This Cooks has been sitting here, but like, I don't know. I don't really think that this is like that good, honestly. With that being said, it is probably worth the sprinkle, but I mean, I don't know. With the Bills, they obviously want to try to reclaim that AFC East, but I don't know if that's even possible. Let's see. This Wandale at 150 has been sitting here for under 6.5 receptions. 3.8% at a minus 150, though. I'm not sure if I'm in love with that. Shook over passing touchdowns. This is good. 155 at 365. I would definitely bet this. Looking at circa bookmaker Penny. 155 for the Rook to throw 2 against the number 1 overall pick. His arch nemesis. Not really, but kinda. I would bet that. Drake May pass attempts under plus 101. This looks pretty good, honestly. I'm gonna see if this is still available. Drake May pass attempts. Yeah, this is like a low EV, like around 0.72%. We saw here is 0.32, but I think it's probably a little lower than that because seeing where some other books are. But this is definitely good. I'm going to bet this as well. Drake May under pass attempts here. Let's load it up. Passing props. Pass attempts. Drake May. Gotta go to pass attempts over under, of course. Drake May under 30.5. Locked and loaded. Genty rushing and receiving. Let's load that up here. We know about Mr. Bowers is on the IR. We also know, so I was talking about this game. So basically, Pete Carroll, right, didn't work out, as we could say. Assuredly getting fired in the next 14 days or so. On the other hand, Mike Kafka definitely fighting for a job, whether it be with the Giants next year or if it would be with the with anybody, because he's obviously the interim coach looking for a job here. That line is completely flipped because I think that they know that Pete Carroll would definitely try to win this game. But also, even though this is like the fight for the number 1 pick, I guess this is the Mendoza Bowl, but the Giants, I don't think, are smart enough to try to tank here. And I think that the reason why the line flipped looks actually pretty good, and it actually does make some sense here. But let's look at scrimmage yards, Ashton Genty. And we got right now at DK, we called out, was a 109.5 plus 117. This is good. A little bit of an alternate line, it looks like, but this is definitely good. Good to FanDuel 114. Yeah, this is good. I'm betting this. Great call out, AAC. I really appreciate that call out because this is definitely a good bet. And I am getting in on it once we load up here. Let's see. Ashton Jeanty, 110 plus rushing receiving. If they don't give the ball to this kid, I mean, I don't think that when you like, I think when you're tanking, right? Like, obviously, like players don't tank, front offices tank, and coaching staffs don't want to tank. But I think that like it depends on like what your job security looks like, whether or not you're willing to do that or not do that. But in this situation, I'm curious to see if they do end up like just benching Genty, but he's a rookie, so like I feel like I don't know. But either way, that's a good price. Bizzle Biz, what is popping, brother? Happy holidays. Hope you had a great holiday. And we're talking Shedeur Sanders first quarter pass yards. All right, so look at Shedeur here. Shedeur. Let's see. Where are the brownies? Passing yards. First Q. Shedeur Sanders. All right, his number is sitting at 35.5, minus 115 at MGM. At DK, it's 36.5. At FanDuel, it's 38.5. So this Shedeur Sanders at MGM first quarter is actually pretty good to market. 12 cents off this one line that's looks like an alt 115 here, and then also at FanDuel 38.5. Then even at FanDuel, the 39.5 is minus 112. So FanDuel just doing some screwed up pricing there to mess with you. But right there, this Shedeur first quarter is definitely a good look. There's definitely some value there to market. So I don't particularly like try to handicap or like look deeper into first quarter numbers, but the markets are source of truth there. So we're seeing some value. So that is a good look. I want to go back to touchdowns here and see what we can find. I was hoping we could find more on like DK. I mean, this Cooks is still sitting there. It might be worth sprinkling. Trey Tucker, 320. 365 betters. This is a good one. Again, they always really have some good for touchdown odds. This is a good one there. Trey Tucker. Let's see what else we got here. JSN at Rivers, 116. That's pretty good. Breece Hall, 185 at Fanatics. This is a pretty good price also. Definitely a good price for Fanatics betters. And let's see. Jacoby Myers. Yeah, we called this one out before. This one looks good. DeAndre Swift. We're on that in the boost. Okay. So not a ton popping up that we are loving and waiting to see here. I have no game lines bet today. I am just kind of trying to find some just EV and go from there. I'm not even trying to ball knowledge my way into anything. At this point, I don't even know what ball knowledge I have for this week 17 disgusting of a slate here. So we have that Gen TV locked in. Okay. Let me just get a retweet out again. Okay. There's another one that I like here. I bet AD Mitchell under receiving yards, 44.5 at can't spell. AD. Hopefully this will get me there. Adonai Mitchell. There we go. His receiving yard prop, I bet the under here at 44.5. This is definitely still available and bettable. Receiving yards for Mr. AD Mitchell. As you see here, DraftKings is at 37.5. Pinnacle at 124, 37.5. But we go to all the way up to 44.5, and you see this rogue MGM just sitting here. This is definitely bettable, this 118. And I took it, and I would definitely take that as well. This AD Mitchell under. Definitely some good EV to that spot as well for Mr. Mitchell. Now, let's look at some first touchdowns. Let's see what we even got on the board here from a first touchdown perspective. Now, we have the jackpot bonus for tonight already loaded, so we'll definitely use that. And on FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken, we have a 25% profit boost on any three-leg parlay SGPX. Okay, so we could definitely take advantage of that as well. Let's look at some first touchdowns here. Mason Tipton TD DK. All right, let's take a look at that quickly. Mason Tipton. Anytime TD. 475. Yeah, this is best in market. Nothing to compare to from Circa or Penny, but this is definitely worth sprinkling on. 475 at DK, best price in market by a long shot here. Tipton is definitely a go. Is Vele playing? Let me do an underdog search on another monitor here. Have not seen a lot of the new injury reports for today. So McMillan is expected to play. Pearsall likely to play. Kittle unlikely to play. All right, then we have a lot of stuff from yesterday. Fadden is playing. Marvin Harrison will have snaps managed. Wicks had a concussion yesterday. Doesn't matter for today. Okay, just doing a quick underdog scroll here, but this Tipton looks good at 475. All right, first touchdowns here. So, of course, we have the favorited Seattle Seahawks here against the Panthers, who would love a win to lock in their South, but otherwise they're, got a big meeting with Tampa next week. Let's see what we got from a price perspective. Coker 18-1, Circa 12-1. Coker is an interesting one here. JSN, of course, the chalk. Kenny Walker, the chalk. What's his name? Sharp is also the chalk. So that's a guessing game that we're not playing based on those odds. 5-1 each. McMillan at WR1 at 12-1. I always like. This is especially when it's good to Circa. I don't think the injury is like a big deal. With that being said, like the Seahawks defense against the Panthers, like this could get really ugly here. So this actually is a game I'm probably not interested in the first touchdown whatsoever there. Cardinals Bengals. Okay, this should be a fun one, but the chalk is going to be crazy as we see with what Jamar Chase and Chase Brown's odds are. And boys, we're not forcing anything here. We want to find some good bets, but we're not forcing our way to have action. Steven Sims, Commander legend there. Pricing wise here, there's nothing that I like in this Cardinals Bengals game. I mean, unfortunately. Jaguars Colts. Now, this is a game where, as a Texans future for the South holder, I'm definitely rooting for Phillip Rivers and co. But we'll see how that ends up going. Not that I should say I have high expectations for them today, but Alec Pierce. This is a good price, and again, the Colts are at home. We know Pierce scored that first touchdown the other day here, so that's actually a really good price. Brent Strange, BTJ, no. Jacoby at 10-1 is also pretty good. Could be the WR1s back and forth here. Josh Downs, 20-1's pretty good also. Pittman, not great. Parker Washington, great at 365. Tyler Warren at 13-1. So actually, I'm still interested in Warren. Now, he's still got a pretty good target share despite, not having like a big game on the other day against the Niners, but his target share was still high. Let's actually look at the Colts in the last two river stats. Let's do an FTN here and look at what it's really looked like here. That's Houston. I can't click. Seeing Sam Darnold over passing yards at DK, minus 130 at Pinnacle. That looks good then. Let me do a quick look at another computer just so I don't have to go back and forth. Well, FanDuel's 230.5. Maybe that alt line is a value, but on baseline of 227.5, I'm not seeing actually EV. At MGM at 225.5, minus 115. That's best in market, but that's negative 0.21% EV on the Darnold. So I'm probably off there. But let's go to Indianapolis here, and let's go to the last 2 weeks and look at what the target share has been with Grandpa throwing the rock. Let's see what we got from a target perspective now. Alec Pierce, didn't do crap in that first week, but then turned up, of course, in that second game. Tyler Warren still dominating the targets here. So Warren at 13-1, looking at market. I like this. At MGM, you might as well bet it if you can. Bet your max amount there for the second chance promo. But I'm going back to the well with Warren. I'm betting this Tyler Warren first touchdown. Why is MGM logging me out? I'm betting Tyler Warren first tutty. This is a game I'm actually willing to bet on both sides as well, even though it's not a prime time. First touchdown score. Tyler Warren still just dominating the target share. So Warren locked and loaded. Meyer still does look pretty good as well. Gonna put a pin in this game for now, though, and let's keep looking for more first touchdowns here. But Jags, Colts. Now, Saints, Titans. This is one where I'm definitely intrigued. Aldrick Estime he's the starting running back. Chico Conku, our best boy, not looking great. Chimere DK, Olave. We have him anytime. Mason Tipton, 19-1. So is Vele's in or he's not in? I'm not seeing him. So okay, no Vele. Gunnar Helm, 18-1. Okay, so pretty tight on the pricing here of this other tank bowl we got going on. Tajay Spears, not good to market. Now we could circle back here because this is a game I'm definitely interested in, but just like looking at straight market to start, nothing really so good to market. Even this Olave is probably the best, but we're only getting 750 here. Let's kind of see how these odds have moved. Let's see it circa if they've moved. Nope, it's been 650. All right. Such a small slate, too. Jets, Patriots, AD Mitchell. Interesting, though we have his under receiving yards. I mean, we can't hit a first tutty for the boy. Drake May, Hunter Henry's the chalk. Yeah, I mean, it's just such an ugly slate. And I know that we know this, but like, it's like, for some reason, it's like kind of bothering me. It's like, I wanted to sit on the couch and watch football all day, but like, this isn't giving me sit on the couch and watch football all day vibes. It's like, this is the day where, like, if you have significant others, still some family in time for the holidays, where you could be like, all right, well, this slate isn't great. I guess I can, go for that long walk or something. Bucks, Fins. I kind of like the Fins today. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Bucks are kind of just like dead in the water at this point. Achane being 525 for a first is honestly interesting, and I'm kind of enticed by that. I'm not gonna lie, especially because it's best price in market. When you were like, look at these prices. I mean, we're not seeing anything great. This is just like, ugh. All right. Steelers, Browns again. Like Cedric Tillman, 35-1. I'm actually somewhat interested in. Fannin at 15-1. I mean, he's just been their beast. If he's playing with no restriction, like, even though he is like the chalk per se, even this Judy though. Let's look at some Brownie stuff here. Fannin has of course been the guy. He's a dog. Hal Thad's an animal. But with that being said, Judy at 18-1. I mean, targets the last 2 weeks have been Fannin dominating. Judkins, Judy with 8, Travion Williams with 6. Let's go back a couple more weeks here. Fannin dominating, Judy, Judkins, who's now hurt, of course. So that's going to be target share taken away from the running backs. But Judy is still operating as, the WR1. Fannin operating as the just like pass catcher 1. Judkins 2, but of course, again, Judkins is out. I kind of want to go with Judy. 18-1. I'm going with Jerry Judy here. If it's Fannin, I will be a bit annoyed because it's just like one of those where it's like, if he ain't broke, don't fix it. He just keeps getting the freaking love. But with that being said, we're kind of course, in the business of like trying to, buck those trends and like find the opportunities that aren't as like abundantly obvious here. And I think that the Judy definitely fits that bill. Targets are still there. Our pricing that we like to go off of is still looking clean. So Jerry Judy first TD. Locked and loaded. I'm in at 18-1 here. That Genty moved also. AAC. So we got a great price on that Judy. I mean that Genty, excuse me. Genty and Judy same slip. That one was plus 116, if I'm not mistaken. So great shout out there, AAC. We got it at a great price. Thanks to you. All right. Are we at the 4s yet? We are. All right. So let's go look at the EV screen. And we need the longest touchdown for tonight. Maybe go back to the DeMarcus Robinson. Wow. I mean, though Pearsall is playing. The Shook went to 170. Damn. This is definitely a great bet. Still 365 looking at market for Judy. This went to 135. We got 150 here on this Stevenson. So that's very nice for us as well. Already in the 4%, man. This is just dropping like flies. This Burrow passing yard under 268.5. I just don't think Burrow is not going to hit that number. I'm not going to lie. This is EV, but I mean, just barely. Just barely. All right. Wandale still hanging out there. Like Washington over. Dylan Sampson rushing yards. I mean, I don't know why this is so low, to be honest with you. 20 plus. I mean, that's probably worth playing with no Judkins. I mean, Dylan Sampson had a really great start to the season. Very good in the passing game also. I bet this Freiermuth. It hasn't moved, but plus 120. I bet this Pat Freiermuth here. So I would definitely get in on that as well. Baker, past tees. I bet this also, minus 105. Looking at Circa, Penny, Kalshi, Novig, FanDuel. I bet this Baker over touchdowns. Stat hasn't moved yet, but this is definitely worth betting here. Baker Mayfield, 2+ passing tutties. Josh Downs, 5 catches. 148. This is pretty solid here. Obviously, it's not massive, but this is an alternate, I think. But we seeing some good EV here. Let's yeah, I'm betting this. I'm betting this Downs, 5 catches. Jaguars, I know defense has been good, but we're in this. We're back in the horseshoe with the Indianapolis at home. Josh Downs, 5+ 148. This is good. Now, Rivers obviously basically kind of imploded and screwed us with that longest touchdown after throwing that pick 6 there, which is annoying, but all in the game. So in on this Josh Downs, 5+ receptions. Sharp even at MGM for longest rush, minus 110. Let's take a look here. Zach Charbonnet. There he is. Zach Charbonnet, longest rush, under 10.5 here. Let's see. Longest rush. Let's see. 10.5. Even money. This is a good bet. This is also a good bet. I'm getting in on this. Yep, even money. 10.5 under. Longest rush for Sharp. Is a good matchup, but we know Sharp isn't really that explosive. I don't understand how he's so like utilized realistically. But rushing, longest rush, Charbonnet, under 10.5. I am in. All right, very nice. Good call out again, AEC. Let's see if we get some line value on that beauty, but this is definitely worth betting there. Let me just add that to the tracker. Beautiful. Ted McMillan is playing, I saw. Ted is going. So for fantasy, if you have Ted on your championship team, first of all, good luck if you're in the championship today. Obviously, if you had King Henry, makes your life easier. In my league, in my dynasty, I have a team who has Henry in this championship, so he put up a little whatever that was. I mean, I didn't check it since he had 33 at one point, but let's see the damage. Every league, we don't do standard scoring. We have half PPR, but we do like some unique scoring things. But a 47 piece from King Henry in the chip. I mean, sheesh, that's got about a 69% win probability heading into today. So doesn't look like we're going to have anybody coming in here. Tyrod Taylor, no sign of Tyrod Taylor during warm-ups, did not practice Friday. Looks like Hendon Hooker will be the Jets WR, I can't speak, quarterback 2 if Cook goes down. So that's something to note here for the Jets game. Obviously 13.5-point dogs and are looking for their trips to Cancun coming up here. Ty Johnson, he scored last week. This is good at Rivers. We always see some good love for some Ty Johnson, and he's worth betting on 7-1. Diggs at 150. This is good to market. This is bettable. I'm betting this Diggs. And we're gonna leave him in the slip for the FanDuel boost that we have, but this is a good start here. Diggs, TD score, 150. I'm betting this Diggs straight, and I'm leaving him in the slip for the remainder of the FD boost. But let's look at some game lines. We haven't looked at the game line filter for a minute because we see a lot of stuff that we don't love to bet, like some second half stuff in the first half and some third quarters and things like that. Like second quarter, um, like I don't even know if that's like bettable, honestly. Atlanta first half money line for tomorrow. We could circle back to that, but never going to be that big of EV spots here. An alternate spread for San Francisco for tonight, 10.5, 285. That's pretty good. Both Travion and Ramondre showing love, showing some EV here. Let's take a look. Diggs was up to 155, so Diggs is actually moving the other way still. So I don't know what's going on here. Anytime touchdown for Travion, 105, but nothing at Circa, which is annoying. And Ramondre, 115 also. So again, kind of telling you that I don't know who's going to score. Now we know that Travion had the concussion, but he is playing. So I'm sticking with the Diggs in the slip for now. I'm not adding another Patriot. This doesn't have to be a touchdown line. This could be anything here. But let's see what we got. FanDuel. You bet Jamar Chase over. Chase. Jamar Chase nuclear session here in Cincinnati. Receiving yards. Let's see here. Oh my God, we got to keep scrolling because obviously Chase can be in the 80s. Yeah, this 86.5 looks pretty good. What's his 100 plus? 144. This is good. I'm going Chase 100 plus. So right now, Diggs touchdown, Chase 100 plus receiving yards. And we need one more leg here. Let's see what we can find. I mean, what about like a Ricky Pearsall? Can't spell. Ricky. No. E in there, Ricky Pearsall. His receiving yards. Oh, this Chase just dropped to 144. From 144 to 140 in the slip. Receiving yards for Pearsall. Yeah, this 43.5. Actually not great if this 40.5 is good. Okay, so 40 plus for Pearsall. I'm adding this. Receiving props, Ricky Pearsall, 40 plus minus 113. Gets us to plus 1317 with the boost here. I'm locking that in. So the play is Diggs anytime, Chase 100 plus receiving, Pearsall 40 plus receiving. So that is locked and loaded. All right, very nice. Very nice. All right, boys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. All right, so Pearsall in. Back to the EV screen we go, boys. Let's see what we got. All right. Gesicki, 2.5 reception at Hard Rock. That looks good. But also right here at MGM, this is definitely a bet. Gesicki over. We saw some love for Gesicki earlier. Now we get to put a price on it. Cardinals, Bengals, Gesicki plus 120. That is a play. Receiving, receptions. All right, boom. Very nice. I want to look at some 2 touchdowns for today, honestly. So I think that while we might be doing a little bit of ball knowledge here, maybe not finding some maximum EV, I think we could find like a nice 2-leg, 2 touchdown spot here. Rashid Shaheed, 2 catches, 145. This is also good. I saw some EV earlier on Rashid Shaheed under receiving yards, but this is just like really good. How do you spell Rashid Shaheed? Yeah, this is just like very good. This has to be a bet. Even though I have this under in a different play, I have to take this from a pricing perspective. Him getting his receiving yard line is only like 36.5. So Rashid Shaheed getting only, 30.5 yards on 3 catches for his catch profile is not expected here, but this is just such a good price that this has to be bet. So I lock that in. Rashid Shaheed. I mean, look at the rest of the market here. 10% EV. This is a great bet for Shaheed. Hopefully they get him rocking and rolling today. So 2.5 reception props on the overs. Some plus chicken there. So hopefully that's nice. This Shook still hanging out. Baker went to even money. I don't get this at all unless MGM is like, I'm not knowing, and they're very sharp in passing touchdown props. I probably don't believe that on surface level. That could be wrong, but this is at even money now. I mean, I bet this at 105, minus 105. This is still absolutely bettable. As we see here, just dropped to 110. So that was short-lived, but hopefully we got in on all of that earlier. And they're actually going to still end with some closing line value because it's not technically CLV until the game starts there. So Fannin under 5.5 catches. Let's look at this. Also looks pretty good. Now, Fannin, of course, is that number 1 target that we've talked about for Cleveland, especially with Shedeur under center. Fannin's a dog, but this is pretty good there at 5.5, 120. Looking at the rest of the market, how do you spell Fannin? Double N there. This is pretty good. Around like was you 3.7%. That was MGM for Shaheed receptions. For the over 2.5 receptions, it's still there. Bet MGM plus 145. Let me know if that's still there when you get it, but I'm looking at it on my other monitor and I'm still seeing it there. Malik Washington 165. I mean, part of me wants to like put this in a parlay. Maybe we will. I'll just add this to the slip here and see if we find another like big juiced play. Shouldn't be scared of laying 165, but I'm not. But I don't know. Quinn Ewers at the helm. Short passing game. Diggs went back down to 150. This was flopping around. We got in at 150, went to 155, went back to 150. So this is interesting. What do I think about first half spread? Carolina plus 3.5, plus 105. Let's dive into this a bit quicker, a bit more detail here. Carolina Panthers. I just wish that we had good football on today. I mean, hopefully the games still are fun, realistically, but just such an ugly slate. Still we need some more fun bets to make it through today's slate. We've been having such a great season that we threw away a couple units on week 17 on some like 2 touchdown parlays or something dumb like that. I'm really not going to lose sleep over that. But let's see the spread first half plus 3.5 for Carolina. This is good to market. So this is worth betting. I mean, looking at where Bookmaker is, Pinnacle, and Circa, this is definitely a worthwhile bet to make. Panthers first half was 3.5. From like a ball knowledge perspective, I have no opinion on this. I have no game lines bet whatsoever. But from a straight price, that is definitely worth betting. Spread has come down also, as we see. It was like 8. Now it's 7.5. I accidentally clicked out the tab. Shaheed reception dropped to 130, so we did good work there. But yes, this is definitely bettable AEC at current market is absolutely a worthwhile bet right there. Very nice. All right, let's see what else we got cooking here. We looked at some first tutties. Doesn't mean we can't look again, but let's go to spread. I have having no game line just feels so weird. I mean, obviously we do hammer in mostly on props, but not even having like a game that we're sweating. Obviously, this point in the week, it's 2 hours to game time. We're not necessarily looking to buy anything from a game perspective. And let me look at the plays we have. First touchdown, we only have Jerry Jeudy. Oh, we have Tyler Warren also. Okay, so we have 2. Giants Raiders, who even knows there'll be a touchdown scored in that freaking game. Looking at the total, I mean, I'm sure there will be. Patriots, Jets, Jags, Colts, Seahawks, Panthers. This is coming down a bit. So that first half definitely looks a lot better based on where like the full game spread is heading out to. But let's look at 2 touchdowns here. Anytime tutty. Change the filter here to over 1.5. And now we're talking. I mean, Seahawks, Panthers, not really interested. What is a Chase Brown's only 410? What's a Jamar Chase 2 touchdowns? Only 350. All right, so never mind. I was hoping to get a little bit more bang for the buck there. Probably just more wishful than anything, but I was hoping we can get a better price there on Jamar 2 touchdowns, but clearly absolutely not. Colts, Jags, Saints, Titans, like even like a Pollard 2 touchdowns. Like it doesn't even seem good. Olave 2 is decent, but like no. Io Manor asking freaking Cam Ward to throw 2 touchdowns is asking for a lot here. Pollard's only 13-1. Spears at 33-1 is a lot more interesting, but because he ran hard last week. Let's look at some Tennessee stuff. Let's look at just last week when they obviously got a big time W against a dead Chiefs team. They freaking absolutely just stuck that knife in and twisted it last week here. But what was the snap count looking like in the backfield? Because Pollard has had a good season, low key. Spears, of course, was injured for a good amount of time, but Spears is definitely picking it up a bit. 5 targets, 5 catches for Spears last week, where Pollard played more snaps still, but nothing in the passing game. Then the run game, Spears went off 13 attempts for 52 yards, still 21 attempts for Pollard. So Pollard still got his due, but the snaps were closer to split, and the 2 touchdown pricing is being what it is. Now, I get why. Red zone carries actually went to Spears last week, and end zone targets. I know I'm not looking at them. TK had one. Spears did not get one, which is not surprising. Any interest in can I convince anyone to ride a Tajay Spears 2 touchdowns with me at 30-1? Any takers there? Check out Kevin Austin. Absolutely, brother. Anyone, let me know if you guys are in, because I'm kind of intrigued by a Tajay Spears 2 touchdowns. So if you guys are interested, I'll definitely play that. I think that's just pricing wise, because of how they're split is just like too far off. Like 50-50 snaps, 13-1 versus 30-1. Kevin Austin, 440 at FanDuel. Best price actually at Novik, 441. Actually 460 here at Profit X, unless you do have Play Alberta. You're in? Let's roll. All right, let's roll. Tajay Spears, 2 touchdowns. Diggs dropped to 140, so we did a great job there. 33-1 on this. I'm pulling Spears back up again. Now I know like it was just 1 week sample, but like maybe that is the way it's going. Um, I want to look at quickly right before we lock it in how it's moved. I would assume it hasn't done us any favors. It's kind of went up, then back down, then back up. I'm betting the Spears. I think we could find some fun stuff to do for some longer shots here with this again the season. We want to make money, but we have already done a lot of that. So with the slates the way that they are, I'm not opposed to taking some fun stuff like this. 2+ for Spears, 33-1. I'm in. Officially locked in. All right. Tajay Spears. That's our first two tutty banger for today. Locked and loaded 3-1. Let's even just zoom out for a second here. Let's look at last week because maybe we could find like a pattern of like somebody who has been getting some more love. It is so crazy how we're talking about 1 week. We have 16 targets for Olave, 16 for Puka. It's just nutty. Now, of course, 1 week sale was not enough here, but I am just curious kind of if there is any telltale here on like who could be live for two tutties just based on like their usage for the last 2 weeks here. Like targets, Puka, Jamar. So we're gonna talk about like the big names up top, the obvious guys here. Matt Collins on the IR officially. Like Wandale is actually very interesting for that as well. Jacoby, Tyler Warren have a first touchdown. So maybe easier said than done to go holistically at the market and look at like where there could be some spots to lock in because we're still gonna see the big dogs at the top. And while I'm not opposed to doing like a two-legger with some big dogs, I mean, we definitely don't want to get too crazy and just throw out units for no reason here. Cup under 2.5, 140, 121 bookmaker, 111, 111, plus 105. This is good, honestly. We're seeing what 5.5% EV. Yeah, I'm betting this cup also. We have a weird slate on this Panthers game. I guess we're hoping for one of those days where the Panthers show up. We can't necessarily bank on that, as we know. But with that being said, we're just betting EV here. Cup under, locked and loaded. Done. Cooper Cup. Some more plus chicken for good measure there. All right. Definitely want to take a look at the jackpot bonus for tonight. Corey Kinner, anytime touchdown. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got going on here. First touchdown. Pretty good at FanDuel there. Anytime touchdown. 5-1, 550. I'd be lying if I still knew who this guy was. Let's get qualified out of here. Corey Kinner, Arizona running back. 13 snaps in the last 2 weeks. 10.8% snap share. What is going on with Arizona's backfield? Like, who's hurt? I guess we could find out right now. Michael Carter, he's been out, right? No, he's the chalk. Michael Carter is the RB1. DeMarcado, he's been hurt. No. What is going on? I mean, we can find out in 2 seconds. Let's just do that. Arizona. The last 2 weeks here, rushing snaps. So we have Michael Wilson, Michael Carter at the running back position. Why are we showing attempts? Last 2 weeks attempts here. Kinner, 8 attempts. DeMarcado, 6 last 2 weeks. 2 red zone carries, 1 red zone, 1 goal line. I actually like this Kinner. I'm not gonna lie. He's taken over from DeMarcado. I'm out on DeMarcado. Kinner, 5-1. I think it's worth the sprinkle. Absolutely worth the sprinkle, honestly, at 5-1. based on Michael Carter being the chalk. Bam Knight, that's who I was thinking about, banged up and out. DeMarcado getting fewer burn and snaps. And Carter being the RB1, but we're getting an RB2 there. At 5-1, I think I like that a lot. Think about Mario Douglas, Pop Douglas. Over 2.5 receptions, 140 at MGM. Let's look at the market, man. That's always going to be more important than my thoughts. 2.5 receptions, 140. That is good. That is definitely good. This is definitely a bet. Great call out, great find. Let's lock this in. Hopefully the Patriots are spreading the wealth today. Receptions made. Let's see. Confirm right there. Yep. Pop Douglas. All right. I'm in on Pop. Great snag. Great look. Great find. That is definitely has expected value. So that means we are interested and we bet it. So great call out again, AEC. We're getting a nice card put together here. Let me close up some tabs and get right back into it. So with 2 first touchdowns, let's go to the Sunday night game for a second here. Longest touchdown is the name of the game here. I know Pearsall is back, so that probably does take away some value if there was any at all for Demarcus Robinson. As we can see, he doesn't really even have receiving yard prices, but he has the best price for a tutty at 550. And we know how close he was to the longest. I mean, he had 22 in the last game, second touchdown score, but then the defense got to them. But Pearsall is back. Obviously, a bunch of home run hitters on both of these sides here. Is Odunze back? Doesn't look like it. And Luther Burden, is he back? Looks like it. Okay, good to know. For a prop like this, definitely good to know. Now, of course, it could be a running back breaking a fat one on the ground, but I definitely want to look toward receivers. Now, Kittle is out. What's Jacob Tonjes? 230. Okay, I don't think he'd be a great look for the longest touchdown for the boost. I kind of want to go back to the Demarcus Robinson way. Well, I'm not going to lie. Pearsall, though, is definitely interesting. 175. And what's Jawan? Now that we got some Jawan ISO'd kind of. Jawan Jennings. I still hate Philip Rivers. It cost me $1,000 in the fantasy league also, bro. I know. That was tough to watch, tough to sit through, tough to live through. I actually bet Alec Pierce receiving yards live in that game. And the play before that, he hit Pierce to cash that over. So I'm like, oh, shit, there's a Pierce live over. Now let's keep this Demarcus Robinson going. Next play, pick 6 to the crib, and got rid of all that beautiful ticket that we were holding. Now, this game should be fun, even though, again, really not a ton to play for here. Bears clinched the North last night with the Packers taking that L to the Ravens and co. I'm kind of still interested, though, in going right back to the well with DeMarcus here. I'm not going to lie. And Jigba 2 tutties, some JSN love. All right, let's pivot back. Odds, I'm assuming, are going to be chalked. But with that being said, yeah, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Anytime, Toddy, how bad are we looking here? Not that bad. I thought we were going to see like the Jamar Chase type of realm there, but now 750 is not too shabby, actually, for Njigba. Market has moved, kind of sitting where it's been the entire time. I'm in. I'm down. Could even just add him to the slip here on FanDuel because I don't think that price is going to drop dramatically. And we can, maybe even add something, do a 2-legger, some crazy odds, and get a little fun sweat going. See any more touchdowns popping up. Cooper, Abdallah, Ty Johnson still. Bucky under here at bet openly, but only $66 liquidity. Ready into the 1.4s. Okay. So nothing really calling our names there. An hour until kickoff. There we go. Let's see here. What about some Colby Parkinson stuff? He's been getting a lot of love. And I know that we kind of guessed wrong the last game that the Rams played. First touchdown, not great. This is for Monday, but still not a big deal. We obviously could look at it right now. I mean, we're going to be streaming tomorrow, of course, so we can dive deeper into that. I'm curious with like a first touchdown, like Giants or Raiders, or like a game with like a low anticipated scoring environment, hence our Tajay Spears. Jaguars, Colts. I mean, we have our Warren first touchdown. We have our Judy first touchdown. Let's go back to Patriots Jets. Let's see if there's a Patriot. Obviously, they spread the love around the Patriots pretty well, so we could maybe find some good value down the board here on a touchdown. What's Kayshawn? Is he playing? No, I guess not. Not a lot of people showing up here. Where's Pop Douglas? There we go. 20-1 ESPN, or the score now, I should say, which is pretty interesting compared to 15-1 at Circa. Any underdog I think could score first. Like Cardinals, Bengals. I could definitely see a Cardinal if they get the ball first, going down and scoring. With that being said, Marv on a snap count, I'm not in love with them. The pricing there, I'm definitely not in love. Elijah Higgins, I feel like he got more burn than that. Obviously, Trey McBride. Higgins, yeah, last 2 weeks, even last 3 weeks here. Higgins has been getting a good amount of targets behind McBride, Wilson. Now, I know that Marv was kind of out. They did play a little bit, but he's on a pitch count. Higgins at 45-1. Now, Circa being the best price is making this not attractive, unfortunately, but that is at the very least interesting to me. And I wish we were still getting at least the same price. But Higgins is like kind of interesting. Kiner. See, 40-1 here on this Kiner guy. This is actually honestly very interesting. They run down the field, they give it to this kid. 40-1, 29-1 at Circa. That's like kind of the leader in the clubhouse right now. Les McBride. I mean, even though it's the same price as Circa, we're still getting a WR1 essentially at 10-1. I'm kind of interested. They're a good EV setting for first TDs or multiples on the outlier. Struggle to find stuff that's good to market. So that's one of my biggest qualms with like outliers EV is like you have nowhere near as much customization options as like Pick the Odds, even like Prop Professor, Bookie Beat, some other tools. Now these tools are, besides Prop Professor, are more expensive than Outlier and are more catered to that, but also don't have like the player research aspect to it. I don't have a touchdown specific filter like I have here. I just have a prop specific one. But the problem is the books that I like to deviate from mostly for that being Circa, even Novig and Profit, and of course Penny, and sometimes even FanDuel, you can't deviate from. So at the moment, I'm going to say no. I could definitely take another look into Outlier for you. I haven't used it in about like a month here, but I can definitely do some digging for you. But as far as I know, I don't think you can like make a specific filter for just touchdowns, like in the same way with the same weights and the same DVIG books on like PTO, unfortunately. All right. Now I'm definitely looking for a dog here. This Kiner is still kind of intriguing me. Let's go back here one more time. Rushing. Just look at just last week here. Just last week, attempts 11-6, but Kiner got the red zone love. Now, what happened last week? Who did they play? I outgrew Outlier. Looks like Pick the Odds might be the way for me to go moving forward. Brother, I love to hear that because that's part of what like I'm definitely trying to preach, especially with everything BetSmart, is like I outgrew Outlier. I outgrew like the props.cash of the world. That's the point, is like that's why we label things by like experience level. That's why we showcase different tools now. Could be Pick the Odds for you, could be some other tools that I haven't really showcased yet this year, but I'll definitely be showcasing more next year, doing reviews, etc. Because obviously budget's a big thing too, right? Like if you're paying 150 for PTO, but your um unit size is $10, like yes, it can help you scale your bankroll quicker potentially, but also you have that negative 150 before even starting, the workflow. So like there are other tools that have been working on building similar feature suites and just kind of pricing it accordingly. And quick digression, but I was doing the interview a month or so back with Be Better. We were talking about kind of like the state of the tool industry and how it's like a race to the bottom, which actually for the companies in terms of like feature suites, etc. But for the consumer is actually a good thing because now you can like, base things based off price because if like the features are like really potato and like one is $100 a month, one's $50 a month, and they really are that same kind of good quality feature suite that it does actually help the consumer out. So obviously huge PTO fan and definitely recommends, but there are some other tools that I'll definitely be showcasing throughout the course of this year that, also maybe tickle your fancy a bit. That was the weirdest way to say that. All right. All right, we have our Tajay Spears. Like, boys, I'm like stumped. Can obviously sit at the screen all day and find some more things here, but at this point, Pop Douglas 150. You guys tell me what we want because I'm down to go for another like 30 or so minutes here. So you guys tell me if there's plays you want to look at, want to cook up a crazy lay, chat lay. Everyone throws in a leg and we put that together and ride it together. I'm beyond interested. We'll still definitely be looking here, but now it's the patience part of the platform. Hour till game time. Week 17 nonsense. Still have that JSN 2 touchdowns sitting there on standby. Don't worry about that. I'm still have not forgotten about that. Kenny G. Saquon anytime here at Fanatics, 115. 1.6%, so very low EV, but it is definitely worth a look for a chalky touchdown there in Saquon. A Tyler Shough sighting, 5-1. Novik just went up as well. 373 at Kalshi. This is interesting. And Tyler Shough at 5-1. All right. What's the NBA slate like? Should we can look at some NBA also, of course. Pop Douglas 460, quick flash here. This is good to market. I'm betting this Pop Douglas. $460. I'm in. Best price in market. We'll see if this one moves, but this is why you sit around and wait, boys, because next thing you know, things come out. 460 Demaria. Little half unit there. Oh my god, I just clicked the save button. I don't save bets, bro. What the hell is that? Save bet, brother. I'm betting it right now. I'm not saving this for later for this to move to 425 and miss out on value. What am I saving it for? Sure, it's a feature that there is a demographic of people that are big fans of, but for our profitable betting strategies, no. Bro, please carpet bomb the chat. I want you. This is why I do this, bro, to answer your guys' questions, make some money, have some fun, help you guys become better bettors. Like that is why I do this. So like the questions are help the stream flow like so much, and I appreciate them so much as well. So please feel free to ask questions about anything and everything. I know that the tax laws are going to be coming into play. I saw Unabated dropped a new video breaking it down. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but that's in my YouTube queue to watch because I am very curious what Captain Jack has to say. And a quick pause here. If you guys are enjoying stream, if you can hit that like button on YouTube, that would be very, very much appreciated. Definitely helps the channel grow. So hit that like button. Please and thank you. Let's see how this Pop Douglas moves, though, because FanDuel can beat to their own drum a bit, but 460 on a touchdown, pretty off market, unless there's some injury news that I missed, which I don't think is the case. All right. Now back to the longest touchdown. I'm still interested in Demarcus Robinson for tonight. Just kind of run it back, Turbo. Now the Bears, of course, they have a lot of explosive power within them. But where is that game? That game's in Chicago. Because Purdy's noodle arm can't be oh, it's in San Francisco. Okay, so that makes me like it more. I'm betting this Robinson at 550 again. Call me crazy. I know Pearsall is back. Still, he got a lot more love than Kendrick Bourne did, which was expected. This downs hasn't moved. That's annoying. We are fans of DeMarcus. It's not his fault that he didn't get it last week. He did it exactly everything he needed him to do and more. Bourne having a higher price, I think, is ludicrous. I'm not logged in. I was like, why is my token not popping up there? Okay, now I'm logged in on my phone. I'm betting this DeMarcus Robinson for the longest touchdown again. King of the end zone. Bonus bets would have been beautiful last week, but hopefully we'll get him tonight. DeMarcus Robinson. Run it back, Turbo. Oh, shit. Here we go again, meme. I am in. All right. DeMarcus Robinson for the promo. So we have used every single boost. Not many. Let me pull up Caesars quickly. See if there's a boost on Caesars. They often they've had more boosts than I've seen now. I know boosts are state to state and even person to person sometimes. So if you guys have any other boosts or some books that I just don't have, obviously feel free to call them out, and I'll gladly try to find some stuff for you that is positive EV and that should win in the long run. Now let's check Caesars because we've definitely seen some boosts from them in the past here. Let's see, promos. Giving us a touchdown boost. They are not. They're not doing shit. Okay. Blows my mind, honestly, but I guess that's why I'm not in charge of these multi-billion-dollar companies, because I'd be too pro better. Wouldn't be making them enough money. Let's go back to just the game lines here. Let's look at the spreads. Let's just see where everything kind of stabilized here. Seahawks, Panthers, Cardinals, Bengals, 6.5. I mean, this is more of a 7. Really want the Colts to win here. ESPN bet has a lot of boosts. So I'm guessing that's the new score, of course, because ESPN switched. I got to get reacclimated with my switch over my ESPN to my score account. I have not logged in since any of that changes happened, so I got to take a look. But if there's any boosts that you have, please call them out. I'll gladly look for some bets for you there. 3.5 here, no way. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say minus 122. Even a 3. Is there a 3? I'm getting a birds plus 3. 105. I mean, hold our horses here. Now, this isn't great to market as we see, as it's minus 108. Now, this Profit X is good. Oh, what is this? Bovada or BOL? 105. Okay, 107 at the score. See, I can't say it's good to market because Circa's 105, Penny's even money, and Bookmaker's 103. But the Eagles getting 3. I mean, I know I'm kind of down the birds, but it's not like the Bills are world eaters. Let's be real here. Trey McBride. Let's take a look. That to me is a bit. I kind of like the Eagles there, and I'm not gonna lie. That's 3 points. I know they're on the road. I know what the Bills do on the road. I know the Eagles' offense stinks, but it's not like the Bills' defense is good. Let me think on that for a second here. Receiving yards, Trey McBride, 81.5. I got a fat scroll here. 81.5. Minus 105. So this is good, right? It's 105 to 136, 116, 110. Not like hammer smash good, not great EV. If I have to do a look on what the EV looks like, it's probably 0% because it's such a different, it's only to our DVig books. Like 136 is good. Even at worst case, I would say it's probably closer to like no EV, like rather than like negative, which is still a great start though. Don't get me wrong. But actually, I personally would not bet that. A 50% profit boost on score bet 4+ legs has to be an SGP though, so that's always annoying because they're making you, of course, same game things. But with that being said, actually, I'm curious because I definitely know I changed my filters here in the sports books to get rid of the score should be here. But I should have got rid of it. I thought I got rid of ESPN. Did I? I did not. It's the same thing as we see the same amount of EVs. So let me get the score going here because this could be easy for you, brother. Because if right now you just see a bunch of the score, if they're in the same game, like you could just add them to the slip because it's already good to market from the get go. Estimate at 475. This is a bet with the Saints. Backfield woes right now. 475 for probably their RB1. Now I'm going to quickly FTN last week's snap share. Now if this moves on us in these 2 seconds, I'm not going to switch my screen. I'm going to keep to this. I'm just going to read it out loud. Rushing. Estime. Hill at 12 attempts. Estime 5. Evan Hull 5. Shook 2. Mason Tipton had a reverse. But Estime on the field 53.8% of the snaps. In the receiving game, Estime. Any targets. 4 targets, 3 catches. So 475. I go it's a low scoring environment, but a guy who has definitely was involved pretty big time there. I'm betting this 475 right here. All right, I'm in. Audric Estime. All right, beautiful. Quarter of a U. So we got Pop Douglas at 460, Estime at 475. So we got some long shot tutties there. And out of curiosity, I have to see if that Pop Douglas moved. Let me check my phone. No, it's still 460, so it has not moved yet. Loving our things move. But Estime, beautiful. All right. Now, still only have 2 first tutties. Could find some more first tutties, as we know. Egbuka under catches, 140. Now, this is good to market. I just find it hard to believe Egbuka does not have 2 catches or 3 catches, I should say. I know his overall share has gone down, but this just seems so low. I'm honestly going to pass on this, believe it or not. I'm going to let the ball knowledge take over. That just seems so low. I know Miami's secondary is not great. I know that there's more pass catching options for Tampa now. I know he's fallen off a bit, but his receiving yard prop line is 33.5 to 35.5. 2.5 receptions. To me, that's a bit of a discount at this point, honestly, on Egbuka. Not enough to where I'm fading the market and I'm gonna put my nuts on the table and say this is wrong. But I don't see it. I'd rather pass on that potential winner than add a loser or just bet the number. I really don't. I'll be shocked if it's only 2.5 catches. I really will be. I think that we're actually getting a discount, and I think that some Egbuka alts might low key be in play. Honestly, more touchdowns here. Let's see, all these books. I wish I just had access to more of these because 365 is just a freaking killing zone. Besh 550. I mean, same price. It's at FanDuel. It's really not great for the Rook. Yeah, same price at FanDuel. All right, let's try to find some more score bet stuff for that SGP boost. Now I'm confused though because score should be showing up now, but I might have to go into every single filter here to add it, which there's 10 of them. It's just not the most fun thing. Same exact easy process where you just go into your filter, add in, and then I would assume right here I have, yeah, I would have to do that for all 10 of them, which will take me not that long, but I don't want to do that on stream because that's not the most fun content there because ESPN is the score still, at least on here. I'm assuming eventually there will be a full-blown, switch off where it's not even showing ESPN. Maybe it's even happening because we just haven't seen a ton of it. Stance has not moved on us at all. Ooh, Charbonnet under some Hard Rock for any Hard Rock bettors out there. It's not the first study again. Not going to add a game line at this point in the week. And to confirm from my brain one more time, we have Warren and Judy. So those are the games we have something in. Saints Titans, I think we can find a first in here in this ugly game. DK 15-1. What's estimate? See, estimate at 19-1. I'm betting this. That was easy. We just bet his first. Now, potential RB1 at 19-1 to score a first touchdown. Same price as Shook. And quickly looking at end zone for rushing last week. I know they gave it to – they had no red zone rush attempts last week, so we can't even get anything out of that. But let's hit an estimate first tutty. So we hit the anytime and the first tutty. I just bet that estimate based on pricing. I mean, that's a RB1 potential at 19-1. All right, beautiful. Estimate. That's our best friend for today. Oh, sorry, just went to the 15-1. Still, though, that's not even enough, right? 13-15. I obviously liked it better at 13, but 19-15, it's still like fully in our range there. So not mad about that. Io Manor, 18-1. Flat. Gunnar Helm, same thing. Our favorite person ever, Chigo Konkwo. No, prices are not great there. All right, so that's the third first tutty. Now, Bucks Fins. Obviously, there's a big chalk factor here, but even again, like Ibuka, are we getting a discount? Not in this market, we're not. 14-1. Mike is going to be chalk. 850. Bucky. I mean, what's Sean Tucker still sitting at these days? I mean, I know he's taken over all those goal line touches. Yeah, they have him priced. That should be. We hit that, 33-1 or whatever it was. That was a banger. But on Miami side, like Waddle, the pricing I like, but I wish Circa was this 11-1 and FanDuel was that 13-1 because I definitely have some love for Waddle. Now, what's his name? Where is he? Waller. Pricing not great, unfortunately. Can't bet it if it's not great. Dulcich, also still just not it. And what's Malik Washington? Yeah. No bueno. Eagles Bills, obviously game of the week here. Though it's not that sexy. What's AJ Brown? Yeah, I'm betting this AJB. 11-1 against the Bills secondary. First touchdown. I know that obviously Saquon's the chalk. Jalen Hurts is the chalk. I mean, I'm loading that up. I'm checking the other prices quickly here, but like this is like Saquon. I'm just telling you right now, no. I'm just going to read through the players because I know we're looking at you guys looking at draft because looking at PTO, but I'm just going to read through the guys. Saquon, no. Why can't I read? Goddard, no, from pricing. Devonta Smith, that's who I'm looking for. No, this is AJB all day from a price perspective. I would definitely bet a Bill too for the fun aspect of this, but I mean, wait, let's go back. I missed Hurts actually. I had to check Hurts one time. No, 800, 850. I mean, it's actually like a pretty good price for like Hurts all in all, but AJB from like I'm going to call it a formula because that's not necessarily true, but you guys who have been here know how we're betting first touchdowns. A wide receiver one at 11-1 in a pretty good overall matchup here. Better price than Circa. And we're getting a playmaker at, again, over 10-1. Boom. AJB it is for the Night Sweat. So, all right, quick run through. I'll read through everything we played so far, and I'll tell you what I played pre-stream also. But we have AJB first touchdown, estimate first touchdown, estimate anytime. Demarcus Robinson for DK King of the end zone. Pop Douglas Pop Douglas anytime. Pop Douglas 3+ catches. Cup under 2.5 catches. Tajay Spears 2 tutties. Shaheed over 2.5 catches. Gesicki over 2.5 catches. FanDuel, lay, boost, Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown. Jamar Chase 100 plus receiving yards. Ricky Pearsall 40 plus receiving yards. Charbonnet under longest rush 10.5. Josh Downs 5 plus catches. Judy first touchdown. Warren first touchdown. Genty 110 plus rushing receiving. Drake May under 30.5 passing attempts. DeAndre Swift, James Cook, Chris Olave anytime touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson under 1.5 receptions. That's everything we bet on stream. Now, pre-stream, I bet Taysom under rush yards, AD under receiving yards, Shaheed under receiving yards, Dart under rushing yards, Shook over passing touchdowns, Coker under receptions, Walker under rush attempts, Baker Mayfield over passing touchdowns, Freiermuth over 2.5 catches, Isaiah Davis over 5.5 receiving yards. So, boys, we have a loaded card for what I was not sure what to expect from the market on a day like today, but seeing more EV than we were like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse based on like expected play times, expected coaching decisional changes, expected, I guess, just nonsense. We can call it expected nonsense for a day like today. All right, let's do another scroll. A Dowdle under to profit in Kalshi. Yeah, but Kalshi that minus 720 is not a real number, so no bueno. Stevenson, we got some value there. Yep, we're seeing this never moved, which is annoying, but we're seeing the ghost land right here. Parker Washington. This is good. Hold their horses. This is bettable. I'm betting this. Parker Washington 4 catches. Indy's secondary got shredded, as we know, on the other day. Was that Monday? Obviously, I mean, the way Trevor Lawrence has been playing, I've been somebody who's been very mean to Trevor Lawrence, per se. But with that being said, I got to give credit where it's due. The man is playing the best football of his career now that it all really matters. But I just bet that Parker Washington also 4 plus receptions, plus 127. So beautiful. All right. Let me add to tracker. Very nice. So we have a loaded card. Parker Washington just bet. We get some first touchdowns for Sunday night while we're here. Obviously, a smaller slate. Game Monday, week 17. Bears, Niners. I'm streaming tomorrow, of course, for Monday Night Football. So hence the little bit of ignoring of tomorrow's game. But first touchdown here. Our favorite game, Monangai v. Swift. Nothing from Circa. Is that facts? Let me pull up another screen here. Because if I think it's Circa, then we're not going to do this right now. Now, there are some things that Circa out. Okay. So let me see if we can find someone worth betting here. Now, again, Kittle expected not to play. That'll definitely change things. Already found something worth playing here. I mean, Jacob Tonjes, right? At this point, just because of one, he had a touchdown taken off the board last week. We all saw that. They just didn't challenge for whatever reason. He played frequently without Kittle earlier in the season. He was a dog. So Jacob Tonjes, you're giving me again the now TE1 at a 20-1 price. A guy who did see a pretty high target share against the Bears defense that does struggle. Tonjes, please and thank you. Obviously, we have chalk like McCaffrey in this game. Even DeAndre and Monangai aren't chalk, but are close enough. If Kittle ends up playing, I guess kudos to him for fighting through, though there's really not a need. So I'm going with Tonjes, expecting Kittle to be ruled out, and we're sitting on a good price to Circa. So that is our Niner. Now a Bear. Let's take a look here. A Bear worth betting. Like Monangai could be worth it here for a first tutty, but we're looking for prices off from Circa. What about Loveland? He's been seeing a lot more burn. No Dunze. Colston Loveland. 17 to 1. Circa is, I'm looking at another screen right now, is at 12 to 1. Give me the rook, man. Give me the rookie tight end. We have a rookie tight end in Warren for a first touchdown. Now a rookie tight end in Loveland for a first touchdown. 17 to 1. I'm in. Colston, Loveland. All right, boom. Tight end Palooza today. No, it's not National Tight Ends Day. No, that doesn't actually mean anything either way. But that's it. All right, very nice. All right. No more. We've used all our boosts. We've gotten our key 20 plus bets in for today. One more look through the EV screen, and I think we can just call it, boys. Get ready for a day of hopefully good football, despite the matchups not being meaningful. Again, if there is a day to maybe see a significant other, chill with the parents or whatever it might be, probably is today. To just pretend like you're like, oh yeah, football. I don't need to watch football. I'm not obsessed with football. Just knowing deep down, yeah, these games kind of stink. So, playoffs will be here soon enough. You're going to want that time back in 2 weeks from now rather than today. So, this is an EV. This is a future expected value play. You get the people in your life happy for today, thinking that you're, on their timeline. But then little do they know that in 2 weeks from now, when there's a weekend full of Saturday NFL playoff games and Sunday NFL playoff games, that you are uncontactable. You got first touchdowns to sweat. You got player props to sweat, and you'll be, watching the end of this glorious NFL season. It has been a hell of a fun season, but seeing a bunch of just 365s and Hard Rocks, that's when things are basically kind of cooked here. Now, this Brady Cook under a touchdown, a passing TD is actually pretty solid here. I actually kind of like this. Not that I would ever want anybody to get hurt, but like I called out before, if Cook does get hurt, I mean, I guess it would be dead regardless. That was a dumb comment, but I was going to say, like, could lower the time he has to score a touchdown, though. This 4.5% seems a bit high with Circa at 120. So I don't know if I'm going to end up back in some Brady Cook full fade. I think the Patriots defense is a bit overrated. So, the Jets have nothing to lose, as we know. Honestly, let's even take a look at, let's do a quick tankathon look. I just want to look at the standings one more time. Let's pull that up. Let's pull it up. All right. So we have Giants and Raiders in the full-blown tank bowl. We know this. Giants fans and Raiders fans, if you're a fan of the team, you're begging to lose this football game to secure, I guess, Mendoza. I think Dante Moore's getting a bit of love, but I don't see it. I think it's Mendoza or bust there. Cleveland would want to win to screw over the Steelers and just do some rivalry killing. Jets, I mean, again, both of these teams, they do win. They do end up helping another team in their division, but that's listed their concerns. My commies, so I'm looking for a Tennessee win. I'm looking for an Arizona win. Those would be great. A Jets and Browns win. I'm looking for all these teams to win, honestly. Anything that can help me move up a spot here in this draft order. KC holding the 10th pick is ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense, obviously, as the season is gone. But if they don't miss on that pick, man, look out for next season. And then in terms of divisional stuff here, now 11-4, Patriots 12-3. Buffalo needs a win here. They love the Patriots loss. Niners need to just keep on winning. Hopefully, they can tie up with Seattle, and the Rams play tomorrow. But Seattle has that game up there. Chicago 11-4. I mean, they're still fighting for a chance at that 1 seed, I assume, but it's going to be tough sledding out for it. So, all right, boys, I'm going to call it. Nice hour-and-a-half stream. We have over 20 plus bets in. We have a bunch of first touchdowns, straight bets, anytimes, 2 touchdowns. We have a fully loaded card. No game lines for me, but boys, I appreciate you all. I'll be on stream tomorrow. Good luck with your bets today. Let's cash out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's have a day. Good luck, boys. Peace.